So you were talking about the wonderful questions, and of course, we commonly talk about how terrible the questions are at the Tesla calls from this financial press. And again, you have to hold your head sometimes and wonder, do they do any significant homework? Because to me, you and I have talked about this before, but the question that should have been asked is, what is the impact of AI going to be on inflation and on jobs? Because those are, I just finished a book with 9 of your friends,
Yeah.
which you were invited, by the way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's so busy. Anyway,
Maybe I'll add an addendum at some
maybe
point, but
so, maybe so. So we had, in the book, what do we talk about? I mean, sure, we talk about the massive abundance in the future that's going to come out of this, but the keys are the productivity that's going to come out of this, which is going to drive down inflation, and the question of how does the jobs thing work out? But they didn't even ask that, which to me would be the most obvious thing to ask.
yes. And the Fed should have a position on that. It should be studied. It should be data driven. It should be they should update it. They should step up to the microphone and give an update on their policy stance as it relates to AI, but they just want to pretend to be ignorant of it and be aware of the acronym, but not really get into what it can mean for productivity. They should have people studying this. They should be hiring experts, application people that are actually that were writing code or building systems, last week. They should be hiring people to really study and understand this. I don't think you do something necessarily hyperbolic and do a 100-point basis cut or something because of it at this point, but it should inform your policy positions and you should be speaking to it. Uh, so we'll see what happens. I think the jobs picture, I mean, there is definite slowness in job growth. Is it cracked? Is it off the rails? I don't think so. But we're also flying blind with this manual non-farm payroll data, which gets changed by 100% or more anyway. So I feel like we're flying blind, even if there is the data, until somebody steps up and says, "I have found the problem. I have found the underlying problem in making non-farm payroll data and why we're off upwards of 100% in a 90-day period. And I have since found the root cause and we have since corrected it." Until somebody does that, I'm not necessarily losing my mind. I can look at this ADP data. I can look at this Challenger job cuts. I can look at JOLTS. There's other things I can look at. They're bad. They're in arrears. Maybe ADP is a little bit more real time, but I don't know. I'm just not losing my mind. I think the bigger crisis with the Fed is it's too big, it's too bloated, and its data inputs are antiquated, old, and not up for the age we're in, which is AI. And back to your original question, they should be studying the implications of that and have policy positions ready to act. But uh, yeah, that's neither here nor there. I think
Well,
I think
and
it's I
yeah,
think December. I think the December probability came down a bit after those statements.
sure.
But I think we need a couple more data points. We need to see what's happening. But anything, the markets look 6 months ahead, and 6 months from now, there is a Trump Fed chair.
Right.
Whether it's, I mean, I think the president would literally put himself in that position if he could. So if it's not going to be that, it's going to be someone as close and akin to that as possible. And there's some really sharp candidates in that pool. I mean, people that
Yeah.
really understand markets and monetary policy. So there's some really good selections in that pool.